All right, so today I wanted to be defined by patience. I said it at the very beginning of the stream, and the last several days I've just had extreme volatility. Knocked me out the first couple of trades early because of the volatility. Today I wanted to wait for good setups and be patient, and was able to execute that what I think is very well today. Waited for one of my favorite setups. It was there, so I took it and worked out really well. So we're gonna go and recap today's trading session. This was done on my 20, 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for 80% off. And let's go and dive into today's recap. It might be helpful if I turn my camera on. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Looks like a VWAP open. Well, fairly flat so far. Overnight highs up at 590. Overnight lows down at 130. 9130 and 590. That is like a 400 point. Math is hard. 460 point overnight range or so. But opening up at VWAP and yesterday's close and yesterday's point of control. Yesterday's value area low, 20 points lower at 400. I mean, general theme, right? If we can hold yesterday's value area low, get back through this cluster above 460 or 480, honestly. You know, watch for that rotation up through the overnight highs. Looks pretty decent into yesterday's value area high at 660. We'll see if that happens or not. We do have news today. 9 o'clock, we got jolts, which should move us back below 400. I would say lows are obviously in play here. They're always in play lately, so we'll see. If we do get a nice push above the overnight highs, that prior day untested wick at 760 looks pretty interesting. 750, 760. If we really get a nice rally here for 300 points or so. But VWAP opens are usually pretty choppy. And we do have news at 9 o'clock as well. I'm going to be patient today. I'm tired of not being patient. So I'm going to be patient today. Definitely waiting through jolts at 9 o'clock. Part of me wants to wait through IB. I don't know if we're going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet. Kind of depends on what happens at jolts, but I will be waiting till jolts. I just need to force myself to be a little bit more patient. We've had so much volatility the last 3 days that I've been here. And then obviously it was going all week also when I wasn't here. So I just need to get used to the volatility. I'm not there yet. I just need to be a little bit more patient for it. Because when we have super high volatility, that mid-morning to lunch session usually ends up being pretty good. And I don't want to blow my load before then. You know what I mean? Got news in 2.5 minutes. Jolts should move the market a little bit. All right, as we get closer to news, we'll watch and see if the books are thinning out. See how much of a move we're kind of going to be aiming for here. I imagine it to be fairly large, to be honest. I think a flat news here would be more shocking to me than a big aggressive news, so we'll see. Spreads are definitely there. There we go. I mean, a VWAP snap could be kind of interesting here, to be honest. It's just how many points do you give it when we're moving like this? All right, I officially accomplished step 1 of my goal, which was wait till jolts to be patient. So I did that. Said I might wait till IB. Still on the table. It's just going to depend on what the price action's looking like. But I did part 1, so happy with that. Now to see what happens next. Someone said a nothing burger as we've ripped 120 points after a 60 point slap into a 120 point ripper. You're desensitized. You've been desensitized from the last week into new highs. There's VWAP. So we officially slapped 60 points, ripped 150 points, 140 points or something, and then slapped 140 points. That's aggressive, just in my opinion. Like that's enough to to hurt you in these last 3 minutes. That's for sure. Trump, I have instructed Secretary of Commerce to add additional 25% tariff to 50% on all steel and aluminum coming into the United States from Canada. I saw something saying that Trump was basically just imposing the same tariffs that we've had on us for a long time on these other countries to where it's no longer one-sided. Is that actually accurate? I never saw the like a report on it. I just saw some tweet about that, and I don't even know if it's true. Mostly correct. Reciprocal tariffs. To some extent, yeah. I think it is to some extent accurate, for sure. I just don't know if it's like, it's obviously not the full picture. And the chat here clearly understands also with the amount of yeses and nos currently going through. So I'm glad we're all on the same page. Alrighty, this is now a 250 point dump in the last 4 minutes. Really the last like 3 minutes. This wick test. Oh my god. How big is this one? Okay, 05 to 613. 105 point wick test. Stop. Yeah, it's a nothing burger. That's right. 900 at 420. It's just brutal, man. It's tough to trade. Honestly, this is like challenging to trade, and I'm happy I'm flat right now. I mean, literally top to bottom, 340 points in 3 or 4 minutes. That's just after 120 point rip to then get slapped by 300 points. 260 or whatever it is just insane. I think at its core, these last few days have honestly been a great example of like, and I've not done a good job of it, to be honest. I've not done a good job. Today, I'm doing a much better job. The last couple days, though, is kind of one of those flat as king sort of situations. And even just reminding myself and y'all, like I am very comfortable knowing that I am not good in every market condition. And I see a lot of people on Twitter or whatever crushing on things like this with insane volatility, and they'll go post something crazy move. And I just have to remind myself that like, at the end of the day, this last week has been, maybe it won't be, but as of right now, it's considered an outlier on volatility, right? It's extreme volatility. And maybe that will be the new norm, in which case then we adapt and whatnot, but I want to crush it on the middle of the bell curve days. I don't need to crush it on outlier days. I'd rather be flat than get is this my rather than get yeah, I mean, this is almost a 200 point rally, 170 point rally off the lows so far after a 250 point slap, 180 point rally. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we got 8 jokes. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. Alrighty. There we go. Monday, March 3rd. My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home. Tuesday, March 4th. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit? I'm trying to understand how I should read this one. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. I don't understand how you... I don't get it. I straight up don't get it. You got to do it to the tune of his song. I don't know what with the music in my ears, I can't figure out what the Beethoven song is. That one sucked. Wednesday, March 5th. I was going to get a brain transplant, but I changed my mind. Thursday, March 6th. Did you hear the one about the guy with the broken hearing aid? Neither did he. I like that one. Friday, March 7th. I could never be a plumber. It's too hard watching your life's work go down the drain. Saturday and Sunday, March 8th and March 9th. How many months have 28 days? All of them. That's a dad joke for sure. Yeah, the banana is fine. I wish I would have understood the song reference right away. Delivery on that one matters. All right, Monday, March 10th, yesterday's dad joke. What did the daddy tomato say to the baby tomato? Ketchup. Okay, and last but not least, today, March 11th. What kind of music do mummies love? What kind of music do mummies love? Rap music. My favorite out of that whole string, I think the Beethoven one had potential, but I delivered poorly. I like the rap one, and I like the hearing aid one. Dude, my 1 minute chart is on a 40-point range right now. That is insane. This is what 10 points looks like. You barely even see anything. IB is set, and we push 60 points off of it. Sick. What? Snapped IB. Everything is being really laggy. Cleaned out the block that was at 300. We got overnight lows at 140. We still have a long way to go for the overnight lows. Jeez. IB test. IBL retest if we get it. If I get it. Normally at this point I would have already taken it off, almost 50 points, but we're getting 50 points every like minute, so leave it on for a second. I'm gonna leave it up to see if we can retest here, and then I'll either get stopped for 10 points, or I will honestly open this up a little bit. I get filled. Go ahead and move that break even. All right, there's a 20-pointer. I waited. I was patient for that, man. It just shows that, like, if you can be patient, it's just so worth it. And I just have to I have to literally force myself to do it. Not take stupid things that put me out for the rest of the morning or whatever. But just wait for a clean setup. I mean, initial balance is part of my TBM theories. It's one of my go-to trades, right? And on today, like, I opened it up a little bit, but just because volatility is so damn high right now, I felt like I could get away with 20 points, which I did. But I mean, that's like to the tick. Like, that's a clean freaking trade. And I just got to be patient for those, man. Feels nice to have that, to be honest. But I just need to it helps me to be patient when things like that happen. And when I take a trade that I love taking the IB retest like that. So it's just nice. I mean, I'm not going to look for another trade right now.